what me I to way and radiano way opposition ma abrana or power kufado abreso intima with the difference no mu de mumi entie tu no the law it ono kasa no was smiling but no am saying nim no I to say okay yenya ni sa but listen me no we are 2 minutes behind me say the law is the law ana ma me boa.
No matter how many noises are made, the law is the law.
And radio, no, any difference, no. Bono kakra me why wadaruma.
To lodge facility that the hearings are being conducted in.
Say aye. Thank you. Without into. Muya jumani say anu mani aje. Ivan. Yanko.
The kind I mention with Dr. Mia Holy Family Hospital of your program.
Oh, touch my right.
Fantastic. Medical director. Okay. And Raminya Quenya share press conference in a Kakrabat, Mantimia, because I was very embarrassed and very ashamed looking at Nema na Air Koso. But what share the Air Koso, you could see a visibly shattered woman, or you broken and clutching at straws. And some now all cannot be anywhere, Sabi, Ubetimi and Sabiawum. Oh. And for her as a chief justice, I'm for well respect for her and as a for no, they were all acting on. I quite say a grown woman acting on children's wisdom.
Oh, Ivan.
Also be a when but wisdom now all pretty no. I am cry wisdom. We say cry wisdom so there because nearman and Augusta no you know. I said why supposed to know set Ghana for tetanus and Nabasa. Mugabe. And what she did yesterday, no. Or no ankasa sealing the faith, she's done. And I am saying that she cannot continue to be chief justice. Maybe the reason why. So ohe niamana mamene ye na enrana. Petition na the constitution says must be heard in camera. And the actors in it no any right to bring it to public. The constitution says that the whole proceedings must be heard in camera. The Chief Justice of the Republic of this country, and the administrative head of the judiciary, it is her job to safeguard the integrity of the judiciary. She's privy to this constitutional provision, but decided, say, a document that is supposed to be a private document and the constitution explicitly says, say, must be heard in camera, no, or tam petition by TV, so no. Eba bekika munsem de chere Ghana for doing that your position as a chief justice become untenable asabra make no enti committee no proceedings na yekoso no se maame no di bem kura na se osan ba we can drag her to court for this massive constitutional breach for her to be removed because adia oya and na make say because she is emotionally your friend saying driven and she's acting on children's wisdom, no. Onye who say what she did yesterday, no, or no ankasa signed the fate. The last nail to the coffin, or the bomenra. Because what she did yesterday, was a flagrant abuse of the constitutional provision. That this thing must be heard in a way. And again, Mugabe. And some now you could see conspiracy theories because nothing she said that are grounded in law because law no you ever say we nim nyansa pa ko fa legon regu yam still we nim nyansa say we nim nyansa pa legon dynasty or pa ko fa no fa tweti anopa we e ma wu nyansa because in some now all can the poverty of intellect logic any reason na you begin to ask yourself Mami when no a chief justice because in some now can be hot for instance or say Edu's lodge modern corner intimidating who cares about your personal emotions who cares about your personal emotions you don't call your friends Edu's lodge you are talking about somebody you are being accused and the constitutional process has been set in motion. You don't determine where that particular proceeding should happen whether be a state and they choose you. And at the end of the day, where they choose, has nothing to do with Edu's lodge na omobo obi to ho. Judges, what kind of nonsense is this? But because she's arrogant, she doesn't see say Nema na oye no. Ogude ni mase. What's it?
We arrogant.
Oh, very arrogant, very despicable, filthy, arrogant character. And your friends say because and yes, sir, and can no how can you do this? Because again, process now air cost, it's emotion. You are part of the process. You've not disconnected yourself from the process. Young judges now no moto adia she's casting some kind of a spin on the judges, especially Justice Ponamine, because the reason is Daniel Ford no de asema ba
Supreme Court answer na mama ebe wo.
Wonati
2016 no otesu.
Osepona man na ote a case no so no adi asem ama Daniel Ford pen ama Daniel Ford adibem. Justice Asiedu na no issue no mo de court no wadibi enti no enu enti no omonye ya fa ne say omba bias. But this is a Chief Justice, the administrative head of the Judiciary. We will make sure that people will be integrity-driven individual. Honesty and candor will be on their part. Now, you as a Chief Justice cannot guarantee the honesty and the integrity of the people you are working with. And you want the ordinary Ghanaian to guarantee that particular thing. And I make us and some now so what's now rationally, if you want to put it on the table and analyze it, you could see clearly say and she rather exposing herself. And again, one accusation and say shining star no crano or court registrar we there is nowhere in the constitution that says say group at the petition president that they should be a registered group. There is nowhere in the constitution that says a mutual petition president even within crime function, but it is only fair say you breach the principles of natural justice in anonymity no, I'm saying there is nowhere in the constitution that says petition president you remove go and read the constitution. It is nowhere say even your name should be there. But in implementing it, we are human beings. You cannot accuse somebody without knowing your accusers, and it's the reason why I am making sure say okay be known. Some able to verify. But that is why I want whistleblowers and sometimes proceedings to me because but we're able to deal with the issue to the logical conclusion. I'm not a lawyer, but look at this coherent analysis that I'm making. But this is a Chief Justice, and she's making all this nonsense of allegation, just trying to build up conspiracy theories. Sabia Ghana for me say she's being hounded. Adia Oyen and running was a smear campaign directing at John Mahama, just trying to shock public attention. Sabia man for me say be but one near my why
Tim.
Oh, me say
dead on arrival.
She's just a small piece of the bigger judicial puzzle now. Try to solve no. Oh no, she's insignificant. Yes, she's insignificant. She's just a small piece of the larger puzzle. And because the average Ghanaian now who call for sympathy, is concerned about the integrity of our judiciary. And for me, why I sit as a Ghanaian, in recent time, when I look at the Supreme Court, rulings every Supreme Court, a market woman at Makola can look at it and say, there is no sense in the ruling. For instance, how can you tell me it's a birth certificate and yet your friend is saying primary document, but travel document are a passport. If you are not traveling, you don't need a passport. Travel document in a private passport. How can you be sensible as a judge and make this particular ruling? These are things that I'm for lose trust and confidence in the judiciary. And again, my man Ankasani doing. And she's talking about your friends integrity. Yantiana Akufo-Addo appointee obi a oye field parliamentary candidate of the MPP in the person of George Jau. I'm on betena panel so. Issue no buy go, issue no buy no. Your friend is saying, sorry, LWC concern about Chief Justice Kachira and say, proceeding na ekoso no political issue. I'm asking her say, proceeding na ekoso no. Is it a political issue? Because Daniel Ford is not a politician. Police in India or this should a politician. Shining star and a politician. So what is a problem? And again,
when you be defending to say a former attorney general, MPP for any idea. Oh, then I don't know that Mogabi, Mamin Sanka Samba control. One of the some no Mina no one. And some no kind of see shining star no or person come make Gina I fan say or mama to 2 1. Almost another sound beba. Okay, sir, we know kind say like she want to put them and ask them questions, they are not ready. Court and by force. Now I would have fit 2020 election I call Chachu Chikata wanted Yafaza J. Manson to come and testify.
mo ka kira say mo ma no kwan ma na magina box begina box enyanto na toko no ka ho bi na ene obi a shining star no so me or ma testify because you can just write affidavit in support of your friends initial petition and the court will sit on it. That is what I'm telling you, sir. You see, if or you be a sense of shame, because she will not be putting that package of nonsense that she put out there yesterday.
Press conference.
It's just she was just manufacturing nonsense and attempting to sell same to Ghanaians, but we are not ready to buy it. And again, I say president establishing the premier facia, no president Ed, and I'm asking her and challenging her as a Supreme Court judge, say. Constitution article being a president breach here because Mugabe yati the constitution is very vague in its interpretation dealing with some of these. It says the president will receive a petition and forward same to Council of State to establish merit credence and make sure the threshold within which something can be identified as a petition or qualified. Yeah. President J and all forwarded the same to Council of State. Mamen can say yati there is no single constitutional procedure be a emotional regularizing how premier facie should be established. All that we know is the president receive a petition for it to Council of State. That has always been the process. Yet there are any probably president I the same process. You have the gut to come to the public space and say you are being handed for the and nobody even wanted to resign at this point. We want to get to the bottom of this particular matter. And again, also President Asane a warrant of way on Tiasia. You see, this woman is a joke. Mugabe tie, my time tie. So, constitution, you know, it's quite clear. You don't need to go to law school and say what you say. Constitution is say. So, Council of State established the premier facie, which means credence has been established. And the next line, I say, you set up a committee. So, President set a committee. Then there is a constitutional discretionary injunction on the president to exercise either to suspend the woman or let her stay. That power is solely rested with the president. Nobody can exercise that power apart from the president. So, this is the power that president has exercised. Then the Chief Justice goes on public and says, what? I think she should give us a break. And again, last one. Or say, I'm on for a threatening is on resigning. Now, will be our Chief Justice will be threatening a press conference. Why didn't you go to the police? Fantastic. So you see, I think that what she did was an attention shopping stunt. Something or try to blackmail the president. But trust me, John Mahama a mistake now of falling for some of these things. Now, now or instead woman where pressure so I think that is bigger than the one who pay because Ghanaians are more say sanitize your judiciary. You don't change or no more fighting for. We want the judiciary to be sanitized, and for me that is what we are looking out for. Yenia
Obama or Angel FM. Nyamia Aduma Memenda Ebe Ewo Adroba Mufan for Yin and Tuso Nema Mie Baso Yenia Rashid Yane and anyone and Anoma FM on Osini Ba Enono Inti Yema me Madam Habiba Rashid Watwana Nanum Ewan Seado Nyamia Aduma Eda Saturday the 29th June 2025 Ewo Adroba and omodi aye no adoa ni bibia be de be koso tienua Sadiq Obama of Angel TV and Angel FM yema ho shedding ne abusuani na fantastic one fantastic obade ne dum ya ne etemkwama wo kire Friday ebedin sha listo medase for your time
that's na me de betu fo se obi ahwe tokonu ahwe asie no fan tu ne ho
very well
sanse emre eni ho madasani bi
beto yom dia ma rade
na wetie mi su fre
ready
nti Mugabe mame emfa konya wesu nchia fonya
okay
big brother omosusu omo bi
big brother motors
ne
George Afonso teacher ya ne ya
fonya
kodi akola che
se no unse
aguro na guana
na bi ewu
power kasi ebo na
ko fori na emfa me nkoye
ni asempa yedi besi ya mada listen so asi mada production team nyina ase anyumre no esi akase ebo me we se be poso o cross